live for Tuesday, November 11th. Happy Veterans Day. I'm trying to fight with my cat here as we get started. She is wanting some attention. We got the wrong background rolling, but we're gonna give this a shot. So 2 o'clock hour, we're gonna review Monday Night Raw, take a look at NXT, which I probably should have done that before we started here, and doing this in the most non-ideal situation ever. What's up, Tristan? How are you? Thank you for joining us here. Me and Bella are bringing you the show today live on this beautiful Veterans Day, and she is really looking for some love here. So jealous cat. We're rocking and rolling here. What's up, Papa John? How are you? Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to double tap that screen here on the Shorts feed. We got some interesting other interesting updates for StreamYard, which is how I used to do these shows. StreamYard has now introduced and a new Grand Slam champion. Yes, we will review and talk about Raw last night. I gave it was better than what it has been. Definitely better than SmackDown was. There is no doubt about that. I did finally catch up and watch Tulsa King. Tristan, it was a great episode. I thought there was gonna be. I think there could have been more to go down on that one, but I know that that's gonna lead to the last couple episodes of the season here. So hopefully, we hope. I don't know if they're gonna do 2 episodes or if it's gonna be 2 more episodes, or if it's gonna be 12 episodes, or how many episodes are gonna be in this season. But we yeah, it was a great episode, I think, with it playing out the way that it did, and I think it's 2 more. Okay, so it's gonna end with be a 10 episode season. I just gotta readjust here. Give me 1 second. Trying to do this from home with cats chilling with me. Oh man, this is not ideal. Somehow, doing this in the car is even better. What's up, Emma? Appreciate you joining here today on this Tuesday for the show. We got both cats are up here chilling with me for the show today. Once I get adjusted, we will be good to go, good to roll for this episode of the Nick Weitoish Show. Hopefully, what are we talking about today? We are talking about Monday Night Raw and the fallout. We finally got the build to Survivor Series War Games, so that was interesting that we got that. We're also talking about the latest episode of Tulsa King here. It was a good episode. Definitely a good episode. Bennett Jude 8600. Romans 10:9 states that if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Thank you for that daily verse there. We definitely appreciate it. Hopefully you'll leave a like. Tristan, thank you again for joining. Papa John, thank you as always for joining. Can you not, Bennett? Don't believe in that. Yeah. Hey, that's cool. I'm not gonna tell anyone that they can't throw that out there and leave a quote when someone might need to hear it. So I would just ignore them. It's cool if you don't believe in that. But what's up, Tyler? How are you? Appreciate it, everyone joining. Be sure to double tap the screen there for the likes. That's how we like in the vertical format. I also just saw some interesting stuff in StreamYard, new updates. They are now implementing both format and streams, so we can do the vertical formatted streams from StreamYard, and it will be go live at the same time as the regular formatted streams. So that might be something that we might start to look into, to look back into with those streams for the weekend shows at least. So, and could be seeing some stuff back on the Tired Sports Network. Very well could be starting a YouTube channel for them, and we'll continue to let you guys know how that goes with everything that is involved with them over there, and being involved in another network there. We know how that the last time. Obafemi wins Intercontinental title sooner than later. Yeah, I saw someone was saying Obafemi could be one of the surprise talent. They already announced one NXT talent in Javon Evans, so we could definitely see Obafemi. I do like that they announced Gunther. Well, I don't like it, but I'm glad they didn't waste a surprise entrant in the tournament on Gunther. That he was announced as one of the opponents for next week's matchup on Raw for the last time is now tournament. Javon Evans against Gunther was announced, and then we have Solo Sikoa against a mystery opponent, and they go down in the rounds next week. We have the SmackDown rounds, which I talked about the other day. Off the top of my head, I can't remember who they were, so we'll have to look into that again. Rhea said it best, War Games. Yeah, they finally started to build for the women's War Games match, but it still leaves us with both teams need one more person. So I don't understand. I don't understand that the way they wait till the last minute. I mean, 2.5 weeks left to until the show, and they just now announced part of the teams, and they did the same thing last year. It was no different than what they did last year. Again, Raw last night for me was like a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10. I would say it was really cool to see the reaction to John Cena. They started out the show with that, so to get the crowd fired up, to get them hype. Dom losing the IC title, I'm not a fan of it because he could potentially get himself into the tournament and then win it back. He could win it back at Survivor Series in San Diego. If they don't go the route of Dom versus Ray, maybe they do a triple threat for Dom, Ray, and Cena, and that's how he gets it back. Tyler, I can't wait till tomorrow. Yeah, Blood and Guts is going to be crazy. I'm pumped to watch that. Bummed that I'm not able to get there to Greensboro, being that I'm like an hour away from it. Tristan, have you ever watched Joe Pickett? I have not. Great recommendations though for shows. Dom losing makes sense because it fulfilled his Grand Slam. I get it, but at the same time, just to Cena's not going to hold it for very long. He very well could hold it for 2.5 weeks and drop it at Survivor Series. He is slated for Survivor Series, and I don't think he's going to be in War Games because that's why he's retiring. His body can't handle it. So, unless they would put him in there, and not have him do a lot of bumps or do anything big or crazy. But Logan being involved in War Games, I think, is awesome. We did see Cody and Cena interact last night, so they very well could bring Cena onto their team. But even a team of John Cena and CM Punk and Jey Uso will not fill the void of Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns is still scheduled for Survivor Series War Games. Jey Uso versus CM Punk happens. If yes, what is it on Raw, SmackDown? Thank you, Gillian or Jillian. I forget how to say that name, but yeah, I don't see Punk and Uso running it back. If anything, I could see Jay finally turning on Cody and then setting up those two to have a feud for the title, and then eventually needing Roman to step in and whoop Cody's butt at WrestleMania, and that's how we get there. They showed a video promo for WrestleMania at 42 again. This time it was Cody doing the narration, just like they did for Roman. So I'm guessing they're going to go in depth to each person that was at the table. Triple H, of course, did the first one. Then Roman did the next one. Cody did one, and I'm sure Punk and Lesnar, theirs is not far behind. No more Brock versus John Cena. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it again. John Cena getting squashed at WrestlePalooza against Brock was crazy. Jey Uso versus CM Punk on what is Jey Uso versus CM Punk on what? I'm not sure what you're saying. there, Gillian. Deep Oi 8V, what's up? How are you? Thank you for watching. I get a lot of people that watch from India. I don't know why, but I won't not hating on it at all. Um, what? All shorts? What? Have you heard about the recent terrorist attacks in India? Your country also faced these situations. Yeah, we don't all shorts. We don't do politics or anything like that here. We it's all about sports and entertainment, wrestling, the NFL, all kinds of fun. We don't talk politics or anything like that here. It's just not the place for it. Like what is it on like Raw? Oh, that was last night on Raw live. You can watch that on Netflix, or and the replay is up right now, so you can go watch that back. That was on Raw. Um, So that was Nikki Bella turned on Stephanie Vaquer. Um, but no all shorts. I did not hear about anything like that. Again, I don't pay attention. I don't watch the news. I don't look for stuff like that on the daily. Uh, yeah, I we don't do that. Raw last night was absolute cinema. Uh, Julie on OTC1. I see you acknowledge our tribal chief. Hopefully you'll sub and double tap the screen and leave a like. Good morning, Nathan Lee, 9413. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you'll like the double tap the screen. Good morning. It's 2:19 in the afternoon where I'm at. So um, good morning to you, my friend. Sold his kidney to buy an iPhone. He didn't like it, so he returned it and got his kidneys. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Julian OTC1. Thank you. I appreciate it. No political, religious, and everything in the chat, please. Thank you. Only sports channel. That's right. Entertainment channel. I think I'm moving towards the name of an entertainment channel than just sports, since we do talk movies, TV shows, and then wrestling as well. Um, OG Tribal Chief has not been seen. I think he's going to show up next week on Raw at Madison Square Garden. We know our Tribal Chief loves the pop reaction at MSG. So I look to see him be at the show at MSG. But we have, and I mean, thinking about it, we're going to need to. Him and Jimmy are going to need to be there because which is going to be a very interesting interaction, because the last time we saw the three of them in the same ring, Roman told them he didn't want to see them until Christmas. So maybe Jimmy shows up first, talks to Jay, talks to Cody and Punk, and says, "Hey, I got something, in my pocket," whatever, however he does it. Of course, hinting that it's Roman. And then at the end of the night, we find out the fourth member of the Vision, and then Roman comes out. Um, and then we won't know the fifth member of the Vision, which I think, sadly, I think at this point it's going to be Brock Lesnar, which it's hard to imagine and think about Brock Lesnar on a team. John Cena is the new IC champ. Yep, Grand Slam champion. Cody versus Drew. Where was that on? That was at Saturday night's main event, which streams on Peacock. Or if you, well, actually no, I think it's exclusively on Peacock there for the Saturday night's main events. Hold on one second. My cat I thought was leaving me. Um yeah, we're gonna time out there. Using timeout. That's 60-second timeout for that one. So Drew deserves better. I mean, it's the same thing week after week, which Drew McIntyre is suspended for right now. He was suspended after SmackDown by Nick Aldis, so that could be. I mean, Drew could potentially join the Vision, working with Heyman. He hates Punk. He hates Cody at this point. And he was in a tag team with Logan Paul. So we could see Drew McIntyre join the Vision there. I mean, he was working with Paul Heyman, so that could be something, a way that they could swerve us completely. What did the guy do that you timed out? They asked if size matters, which, I mean, just why? Why? I mean, I gave them 60 seconds, so hopefully if they come back, they are, they act, normal. But yeah, Drew McIntyre joining the Vision as the fourth member. I could see Drew joining alongside Austin Theory over a Brock Lesnar. Now, they would have to seriously show the backstory of how Heyman went to Austin Theory and got him to join, or something, and I'm sure they can do that. They are, they can do that. If you're watching Raw right now and catching up on it from last night there. NXT is tonight on the CW, or if you have Surfshark VPN, you can watch that on Netflix as well. So Surfshark VPN is a way that you can help our friends over at No Dirt Sheets and here at the channel as well. Also do have the site that Papa John gave us, but you'll have to go and figure out how to get that from him directly. I don't want to just go giving out a link or anything like that. So maybe once we unlock the first level of monetization here on YouTube, we can do that. Orton attacking Cena after match. What do you think, man? 1250. Man, I mean, we already had the Cena Orton at the start of his retirement tour, so to me, I don't need to see it again. Also, anyone who is going to go against Cena at this point should be in line to win the Intercontinental Championship. Speaking of the Intercontinental Championship, I'm blanking on who I think it could be at this point, who needs the mid-card title, which Dom was really the only one. I mean, Penta, it'd be a good time to put a title on him. Rusev, he did win his matchup over Damian Priest. Sheamus won over Shinsuke, so they advance in the tournament. I'll have to make an updated bracket and do that here. All right. To not watch stream because I'm watching Raw. Gotcha. Who do you think should beat Cena now? Really rooting for Owens. I don't think Kevin Owens is going to be back in time. Unfortunately, with his neck injury. So hopefully he comes back soon. But I know that was earlier this year. I don't see him coming. I think he's going to be out at least a year. So yeah, I don't see him. Maybe he comes back at WrestleMania for something, but I don't see Kevin Owens being involved in the Cena tournament or facing Cena. But the other side of things, the Women's Intercontinental Championship, we do have Maxine Dupree did tell Adam Pearce that she wants her match next week against Becky Lynch. So we have that going down next week. Nikki Bella turned on Stephanie Vaquer. So I see Nikki Bella versus Stephanie at some point, maybe it's Survivor Series. I mean, they could shoehorn Nikki onto the heel team and Stephanie onto the face team. So Rhea, Stephanie, Io, all the Gooners' favorites. Dom is my favorite wrestler. I'm a Dom fan. I am a Dom fan. I will say that I do like Dom. I don't think he should have lost. It's cool that Cena's now a Grand Slam champion, but the only good that can come from this would be if we have Dom finally leave the Judgment Day over this. We saw Finn Balor tweeted, "I woke up having a great day." We saw the video that WWE posted of Dom freaking out that no one from the Judgment Day was out there with him. So, I mean, hopefully this is going to flip the switch and, get Dom to open his eyes and kind of change and evolve in the and the character that is Dom. Man, I really miss Finn Balor's Demon King persona. Yeah, he brings that back every once in a while. I don't know when he would he would go and need to bring it out. It sucks right now because he's in a tag team, so wouldn't really make any sense for him to do the demon while he's in a tag team with JD. But yeah, the Demon King, that it definitely is a cool gimmick, cool presentation, great presentation. But there is, yeah, that one, we probably won't see that for quite some time. So we're at about 20 minutes in, 4 likes, 4 people watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Um, Definitely appreciate it to those that haven't caught the show in quite some time, or um, first time watchers. Definitely appreciate it. So um, definitely makes it a lot more fun when I do these. Glad we can do these on the during the 2 o'clock hour. I know the week has been, last week was crazy. I wasn't able to do a lot of them. Had to do some recorded, some I did get live. So missed the shows over the weekend, but we'll do continue to do our best. So we'll go until just about 3:07 to 3:10, a little bit over an hour maybe. Thank you, Tristan, for coming back. I appreciate that. We're up to 5 likes, so 5 more would be our goal. Um, yeah, Raw overall though was pretty good, I will say. Rusev and Sheamus picked up the win. Stephanie would defeat Raquel. Um, they would attack Stephanie, and then Nikki Bella would say it would help her, and then of course then turn on her. So Nikki Bella seemingly turned heel. Funny that they had her turn heel in Boston. Um, uh, and that being that John Cena was there, and just for the memes of all that, that they can't be around each other, whatever it is. Really don't think we'd get to see Finn returning as Demon anytime soon. By the way, who do you think deserves a push in WWE right now? Um, I was just thinking about this the other week when I was watching NXT. Um, I'm a big fan of the Evolve Women's Champion, Layla Gray, or I can't think of her name off the top of my head right now, which I'm drawing a blank on. But she's going to be a star. She could get pushed to NXT right now. Lash Legend being on SmackDown, finally getting called up. I do like that. She could get a push. Um, Braun Breaker continuing to get a push. I do like that. Um, NXT wise though, on the men's side, I think Ethan Page should be pushed and get called up to the main roster. Have him hold the AAA mixed tag titles, the North American title, and then have him beat Cena for the IC title, and then you could have him drop the North American title. Really don't think we'd. Yeah, already touched on that one. We're at 5 likes, so if anyone is going in and going out, you can watch the whole thing on the replay. I'd appreciate it. So appreciate you guys staying here. Know the numbers are always going to bounce around, especially as we hit the 20, 25 minute, 30 minute mark. So no big deal. But yeah, those are some names off the top of my head. I think that should get pushed. Ethan Page, Lash Legend, Gray from Evolve, bring her up to NXT. Her tag team partner. For whatever reason, I'm drawing a blank on right now. I didn't get to look at anything for NXT tonight. Besides, I know we have Trick and Ricky for the last man standing match. So we'll have to. I'll do a breakdown of NXT here in just a bit, and that'll be up on the channel very shortly, later this afternoon, or during in the evening right before NXT does go live. Do my best. I will do my best to live post and talk about it as it's going on. Over on Facebook is where I do most of that, just because it's easier to continue getting paid on there versus Twitter. Where is Liv? Also, what should Dom do if he says sorry to his dad? Maybe you can team up. they're gonna have to do something more than just him saying I'm sorry to his dad. They're gonna have to really get creative with that one. I did like that they did have Ray tweet out LOL after Dom lost. That was a fun conversation, man. I gotta go. Love your passion towards W. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully you subbed. Hopefully you double tap the screen, and hopefully you'll be back for another one. Um, I'll be live again tomorrow, hopefully around the same time, depending on my lunch break for that one, since I'll be at work. I was off work today. That's why we're able to do this at our normal time, the 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock hour. So, but yes, Dom and Ray getting back together. That would definitely be interesting. So, where is Liv gone? Liv is hurt. She hurt her shoulder earlier this year. So she should be back. I would think they'll probably save her for the Rumble. Unless they further this Dom and Judgment Day thing. And see, they were kind of teasing it with Dom and Roxanne doing exactly what he did to Rhea, going from Rhea to Liv to then Roxanne. But I don't think that they're gonna continue that. I think they'll have Liv come back, and Dom and Liv could go their own ways. They could. I think they'll wait and see what the reaction is for when Liv comes back, and then the first interaction with Liv and Roxanne, seeing what chemistry they have, how the crowd reacts to it. I think that will more dictate a feud of Roxanne and Liv, or just Dom leaving the Judgment Day alongside Liv. Because we did see that they've had kept pictures of Liv Morgan in the background in their locker room segments. So there is that. But yeah, Raw, nothing really big, nothing else going on there. What's up, Ace Edits? I appreciate you stopping by. Please double tap the screen, give us a like. That helps us out so much. What do you think? Cena winning the IC title? I'm a fan of it. Gives him, makes him a Grand Slam champion now. We're talking about that earlier in the show, and here at the Nick Weitoish Show on Sleeper Sports Media. Thank you for the 6th like. So it makes sense, him winning his last title in Boston. I could see him either losing the title at Survivor Series for a quick 2.5 week title run. Maybe he has an open challenge next week, or someone from NXT comes up and faces him and then wins the title in MSG. It could be a way to start their future. He did also mention that at Saturday night's main event in December for his final match, that we will see exhibition matches for NXT talent against main roster talent on the card. So we're going to see NXT talent being featured on Saturday night's main event in the matches there. So hopefully we have more than 4 matches for that card. What I think should happen, Dom joins Liv and Rhea. Maybe Ray teams up, take over, and form the OG Judgment Day, but with a different, also including Damien. No, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. I don't think Dom, Rhea, and Damien need to be and Liv. I don't think they need to come back at all. I don't think. No, I'm tired of seeing them recycle the same things over and over again. I also don't think Ray would turn heel and join them or be their leader. We saw what they did with Edge, another old dude trying to be a leader. I see where you're going with it, but I don't need to see it. I don't. Judgment Day is going to portray Dom. Yeah, they already have. They didn't have his back for his match against Cena. I don't know if anyone saw it. I saw it on Twitter first, I believe, and then I saw it on YouTube here about the video. He was seen backstage wondering where everyone was. Said it doesn't really matter because he still is the AAA mega champion. So he does have that. But yeah, I can see the Judgment Day finally turning on him. So that was Raw. Not too much happening. Order of the card, the pacing, it felt good. Um, John Cena again opening the show really got the crowd going. The crowd was great. A lot of people in Boston, a lot of people in the TD Garden. Dom and any superstar he's close to that not Judgment Day versus Judgment Day. Be honest, Finn should quit and become the Demon Finn again. I think Finn and JD will stay together at this point until maybe they're separated by the draft. Because I think they're too good of friends to want to not work together, not travel together, and everything. So I don't see those two splitting up unless it's just one. JD turns on Finn or whatever. But yeah, they definitely should turn on Dom, or Dom should really turn his back on them and just choose to leave rather than anything else. Maybe we see him talking to Nick Aldis, and then he just works out a way to get over to SmackDown or something. We'll have to see how that plays out here in the near future. But again, Survivor Series War Games 2.5 weeks away. San Diego, so Dom versus Rey Mysterio, no title. They just maybe just do a hair versus mask match or hair versus career, and Rey officially finally retires in San Diego. They they could go a couple different ways with the whole Dom thing, but maybe JD should become a demon too. They are both Demon Finn, Demon JD. Um, I don't think they need to be a tag team of demons or in that style. I mean, it would the presentation would be great, but they would have to seriously do some backstory with they would have to do some backstory with how they got there for JD. Who do you prefer as women's champion out of Io Sky, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, or Stephanie? Liv Morgan, 1,000% out of those four. EO does nothing for me besides being really cool spots at War Games. Um, I don't like when people can't talk on the mic. I don't like when it's tough to understand what it is they're saying. Um, the presentation of EO Sky is great, but um, it just she don't do nothing for me. Rhea is too forced. Um, she's too forced, and then continues to not face anyone with even power as her. She doesn't face the Charlottes, the Raquels, the Nias, the Tiffany's, the Becky's, the Biancas. She goes after she goes after Liv. She goes after Roxanne, and she goes after. I mean, even Alexa. Her and Alexa have never done anything there. Rhea Ripley is the boss of WWE. No, she. I knew she was gonna come back. It was so funny. We saw Io come out first, and I said, "Well, Rhea won't be far behind her." Um, and then, sure enough, she came out, and she was the one that said "War Games." Um, what would you want to? What would you want your to happen if you were a WWE wrestler? Wow. I mean, I would. I don't know. I would be. I would enjoy being comedy relief, but I would also enjoy being like a U.S. champion or. Um, I mean, obviously, anyone's going to want to be a champion, a world champion, but I would like to be in a group, kind of that comedic relief, the Judgment Day group. I would just enjoy it. I would be okay with being a Carlito, just traveling the world and being comedic relief and everything. I would be okay with that. Liv and Rhea have a long storyline, though. That's the thing. Yeah, their storyline has ended 7 times over. They don't need to run it back. They don't need to be in the same segment. They don't need to be in the same group. Um, as far as I'm concerned, Liv and Rhea is the current day Charlotte and Becky. They can stay on separate brands and be the faces of their brand. That's me personally. And speaking of that, Becky and Charlotte, they reunited and squashed their beef at Survivor Series a couple years ago. So maybe someday, one day down the line, they can do that with Rhea and Liv. But I think keeping them on separate brands would be really good, because their feud over and over and over again, same thing every single week, was just, it was tough to watch. If I'm being honest, uh, they do have a big storyline. They don't have to run that one back. Same with Io and Rhea, this buddy thing. Eventually, one of them is going to turn on the other. We know that's coming. So, so it was Io, Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa, I think. Um, and then you have the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kyrie against Naya and Lash. So 4-on-4. Who are the fifth members of the women's teams going to be? What's your favorite storyline? Um, I guess right now the Logan Paul and the Logan Paul being active and being involved in the world title picture somehow adjacently. If John Cena ever joined the Judgment Day, what would you think would happen? Oh my gosh. That would be that would be true comedy, just like whenever our Truth joined it, but I don't think it would last very long. Um, I mean, it would be okay just because John Cena could play that part well, but uh, it wouldn't excite me. Anything with the Judgment Day does not excite me anymore, mainly because it's been going on for too long. They need to end it. They need to figure it out and finally end it after teasing it and teasing it and teasing it. Just like the Cody heel turn, they gotta finally do it. They either have to turn him heel at War Games, or they have to turn Jey Uso. War Games needs to end with somebody turning on somebody. Um, it's too cookie cutter. It's there's too many faces. Both world champions being faces is crazy. And we now have all four men's titles are held by faces, for the singles side. And the men's tag team side on Raw are faces. The Wyatt Six holding the titles. I mean, are they? I guess they're. I guess they're faces. Because MFTs are really the only other ones that are going after them. So I guess they're faces, which is kind of crazy since they're creepy. If Dom made a team, what would the members be in the group? Logan Paul and, I mean, maybe the Miz, just because he's been on a tear of being a heel. Um, but yeah, I can't. I mean, Dom is gonna have to right some of his wrongs before he actually gets friends. Other than Logan Paul, which if Logan Paul is on the team, then I don't think anyone else is gonna join the team besides like the Miz or Drew McIntyre. Since they've teamed together against Jelly Roll and everything, and Randy, and they did that. That was fun. But I mean, I could, for the face team for War Games, not just excluding Dom in this because I don't think they'll bring him into it. Um, but a Randy Orton joining them over Jimmy being a part of War Games would definitely be interesting. Because then, I mean, that would leave the show and end the show with Cody getting RKO'd, and hopefully starting something with Randy and Cody, or again, Jay and Cody would be the way that I would want it to go. But that's my thoughts on that one. So we got about 20 more minutes here. Thankful to be able to do this show with how crazy the last week was. Here at the Nick Weitoish Show on Sleeper Sports Media. Happy to do these every single day. Going to do my best to keep going forward, doing them every single day at the 2 o'clock hour. So we're at about 6 likes, with 20 minutes to go. If we can get 10, that would be awesome. Thank you to those who are joining and keeping the chat going. Jillian or Gillian, George, I see here. George, I missed your comment there. If you're still watching, no, I've never played God of War. Aces Edits. Hopefully you'll subscribe. I appreciate you chatting up here with us for a little bit. Jillian again. Creative Kids 3874. Saw you earlier. 1250. I appreciate you joining. Hopefully you'll sub. Tristan was here earlier. Papa John was here. I know they're busy. Yeah, we got about 20 more minutes. No time crunch here today, but back tomorrow will probably be about 45-minute show as we are live on YouTube. And then, like I said, the weekend show we very well could see going back to the old style. I try really, really hard. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. For the sub, the support, the double tapping the screen. That's a big one. Helps us get our stream out to the algorithm there. So I appreciate it nonetheless. If you're here for 5 minutes, if you're here for 50 minutes, if you're here for the whole thing or for the first 10 seconds, if you watch on the replay, if you watch it or listen to it on the audio format, whenever I get it uploaded to Spotify, I appreciate it nonetheless. To the 4 people watching or 40 people watching, it does not matter to me. I'm on the grind of shooting for that first tier of monetization. Who is your favorite men's WWE champ? Roman Reigns, period. The OTC, that title reign of 1,316 days will never, ever, ever be touched. Will ever be touched. And funny you mentioned that because Cody Rhodes did just hit 100 days as champion. And he's had one title match in 100 days. So he puts the 1 in 100 for his one title defense. We got to we'll get that clipped and get that posted. But yeah, I saw that earlier. Definitely wanted to mention that. Alexa and Charlotte, they did lose the tag titles to the Kabuki Warriors. So they were in their 6th defense, which they fell short of by 2 title defenses, I think, for the most defenses for the tag titles ever over there on the women's side. But it is what it is. I didn't think the Kabuki Warriors needed to win. I mean, it did do a job in getting Charlotte over as a face with the crowd and everything. So it will be interesting to see how they go forward with those two. I think that they were running it until they thought of something else. Once they saw that it was working, that it clicked, and that it helped get Charlotte over as a face alongside Alexa Bliss. I think Alexa should be due for a push. Aleister Black should be due is being pushed over on SmackDown against Cody. They see something in him for sure. I just wish they would do a better job of explaining why Zelina Vega changed her name for one and joined Aleister Black. You see the 2 new Intercontinental Champions here. Becky Lynch, John Cena, they got the picture taken. We also saw Nikki Bella, like I said, turned on Stephanie Vaquer. The last time is now tournament. I cannot wait for this to continue. Cody Rhodes merch there, which is a joke. I had something else that I saved. Hold on one second. Oh, did anyone catch the Rock sighting on Monday Night Raw last night? There was a truck when AJ Styles and Dragon Lee were doing a backstage promo. The Rock was on the truck there that they were showing. So, something else I also noticed, I meant to post this the other day, Monday, but it is official. Dylan Danis versus Anthony Taylor in an MMA match for the fight before Christmas, the December 20th card for Misfits. Andrew Tate versus Chase D'Amore. That was made official. So we have 2 matches on that card for right now. Do you miss the Shield? I do, but I miss Dom and Ray and the Usos. Dom, Ray, and the Usos, that would be a crazy, crazy group. It could work, I think. But I think that's too far gone with Dom in any Dom in a group just doesn't seem to work. Dom is definitely the future, just like an Aleister Black, just like um, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page, just like those guys. Do you miss the Shield? I do miss the Shield just because I wasn't able to actually watch the Shield. I would love to go and I would love to see them live together, the group that they were. What's your favorite finisher? Um, a stunner or a stunner, the AA, curb stomp, a spear. Love a good spear. Um, hello, big forehead. What's up? How are you? Uh, it's just because of the way I'm sitting. Leave you hater. Yeah, haters are gonna hate. I'm immune to it at this point. Um, it's just because I have my hair gelled back, so normally you can't really tell, but I don't even think it's that big. Can somebody give me a hell yeah? Stone Cold Stunner is always a good one. People's Elbow is always a good one. Samoan Drop is great. RKO is fantastic. Sorry, that's filter. Sorry, bro. What? Dom should just become a tag team champion with someone so he at least is a bit protected. What's your favorite entrance theme? Oh, man. The Rock, Stone Cold, CM Punk, Becky Lynch's old theme. Um, yeah, those are the first couple that come to mind. Seth Rollins, I do love Seth Rollins. Brock Lesnar's is great. Pat McAfee's is fire, which I can't wait for Pat McAfee to come back. No idea when that will be. We're right in the middle of football season, with College Game Day. I know that the whole debacle of YouTube TV and Disney, to get ESPN back onto YouTube TV, they're losing a lot of money and a lot of viewers without showing that. And Pat has been doing a great job of going lot having College Game Day be streamed live on his Twitter. I don't know if it's streamed on his other channels or just Twitter. When you hear the glass break, you know who's in the ring. Yep, that is true. The glass break, or the electric strike, the lightning strike with the final boss, and the Rock. Those are great ones. Pun intended for the great one. I see what I did there. But yes, Ace Edits. I appreciate you. You hold it down here in the chat. You're now a managing moderator. So we got about 10 more minutes here on the show. I'm quickly gonna try and find what I can for NXT tonight. Give me just 1 second. So, guys, NXT preview for tonight is, of course, the last man standing match, like I said. We also have El Grande Americano against Jasper Troy for the speed title. Tatum Paxley will be live and will speak live, the women's champion. And then we have Tavion Heights against Josh Briggs. I believe that is all we have for NXT tonight. And then, of course, we have Blood and Guts tomorrow. That preview will be up, and I'll go in more in depth for the breakdown and preview for NXT here in just a second as we wrap this one up. We got about 10 more minutes here on the Nick Weitoish Show for Tuesday, November 11th. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to everyone who served. Thank you for your service. We have, again, 10 more minutes here, wrap it up, and then we'll get the NXT preview out, posted as our daily upload and daily lives here at the channel on Sleeper Sports Media. And eventually gonna find a way to get back to StreamYard, and the shows on Saturday, Sunday are going to be available in both the shorts feed, the vertical format, and then the regular feed of the uh, the regular looking streams that fit, TVs or what you would see on Twitch. Um, my cats are here, loving life. Being on the ship, my co-host, my producers for the day. Um, the one is under the bed sleeping, and the other one is laying up here with me. So, um, for again, 10 more minutes here. What does Cena look like? I can't see it anywhere. Yeah, he looks like a Grand Slam champion. That's what he looks like. It was great to see him get one more win, one more title in Boston of all places, his hometown. Today was deemed John Cena Day in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, so that was fun. Um, I did want to talk more about the. Oh, we also had Regal on the show last night. He was the one that he did the thing. He said the thing. It was very cool to see Punk be deemed the captain of the team faces for War Games, and he's Regal. Do the thing. What did you think of the Vision betraying Seth? Um, it was rushed. I think. I don't think they were planning to do it as quickly as they did it. I think it was because of his injury and knowing that he was going to be out for a while. They had to take him out so he could go get surgery. They had to take him out so he could go get surgery. So they had to, take him out and move along, and that happens. I mean, it is what it is. Um, Rollins has been on a tear of late. I know he got hurt at WrestleMania 39 or at WrestleMania 40. He was good at 41. Had that ACL injury, knee injury, which he's had multiple of. The shoulder injury. So I saw it in an interview, All the Smoke podcast, I think it was. Cody was saying that him and Seth don't need to ever wrestle again. They get hurt when they wrestle. So they're hopefully they're definitely not wrestling soulmates like a Brock and Roman are. What are your predictions for the final in the John Cena tournament? I'll have to get a full look at the bracket, updated bracket for it. Um, as we have one, two, three. So we still have the first round. So we still have two more matches to announce for the first round, which they'll do for um, on SmackDown. So I'll have to look and get an updated look at the bracket and see who's left to potentially be in the show. We still there's two mystery opponents that we don't know who it's going to be. So one of those two could be my pick, but as of right now, Sheamus, Rusev are in the next round. Um, yeah, I'll have to get a better look at the bracket there. Um, Edits. I appreciate you. I know you said you got to go, so thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Hopefully you subbed. I think you said that. But have a great day, and we'll see you in another show. Hopefully you're joining us tomorrow. That'd be great. But we will see you tomorrow. Yes, absolutely. I'll have it posted, and I'll update on the community tab on when I'm gonna go live for the timing wise. So and then of course I hope you'll watch the daily upload here later tonight in just a few hours. I'll probably wait to do that one to get that one out right before NXT goes on the air on the CW, or if you're watching on Netflix with Surfshark VPN, that's a great way, again, as I said before, to support the channel here, Sleeper Sports Media, and also support No Dirt Sheets. Just like it's also a great way to support Championship Harvest, which I do a show for them once a month over on their channel for covering wrestling and bringing coverage of the WWE to their channel. They mainly focus on independent wrestling and MMA, like the UFC, and talking heavy on there. on their channel over there. So that'll be once a month that we do that. Yeet. Thank you again, Edits. I appreciate you stopping by. We're going to wrap this one up here shortly. So it was a great show. Thank you to everyone who joined in, even if it was for a couple minutes, couple seconds. I appreciate it nonetheless. Another great show. The chat was on fire. Added a new mod, so I always appreciate the help. Appreciate you staying and sticking with me for as long as you can. I know it's a busy time of the year. It's a busy weekday still for some people. So Net won't ever be mad that you can't stay for the whole thing. But I appreciate it. So I appreciate it nonetheless. To the two people that are sticking around, thank you. We're gonna again 5 more minutes here, and I'll be on about the day, and we'll get the NXT preview out here momentarily. Got to figure out how to, and of course, I'll get them out to get these last couple episodes up on the Spotify. By the way, I'm in the UK, so it's late for me. Well, I appreciate it even more. Sticking with me over there. I know the time difference is kind of crazy. I have some good people, good friends from over there, in the UK that I've met on Twitter. So I know of the. I know that time difference can be quite challenging to catch something like this over here in the States. So I appreciate you for staying up late. So I hope you have a good night, and sleep well if you're going to sleep, or just have a good rest of your week. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully around this time. Depending on how my lunch break goes, really determines that. So the 2 o'clock hour seems to always be the best for me. That I know that 5 o'clock hour on Friday that I did wasn't bad either. 8:04 for me, so PM. Okay, what's up, Tristan? We're getting ready to wrap it up here. So I appreciate you coming back and checking in on us. If you want to catch the rest of the show that you missed, don't forget to wait for this to upload to YouTube. Shouldn't be too long after I finish up here, and we'll be ready to rock and roll for tomorrow in the show there. Again, Tulsa King Sunday night was great. So we're looking for something else to watch. I got to catch up on Chicago PD and Fire. I got to catch up on SVU. I'm still waiting for Law and Order Organized Crime to come back, and when they're going to have new episodes there. Seems like Law and Order SVU doesn't have any new episodes, so it's very confusing on how they do their scheduling and when they post new episodes and have new episodes come out. Similar to South Park. South Park has been crazy. It's been very lackluster. With season 27 only being like 5 episodes and then going into season 28. So I don't know if they're trying to do shorter seasons since they promised 50 episodes a year for 10 years. So, or 50 episodes over 10 years. I don't know. So that is definitely an interesting deal that they have with Paramount now. But hopefully, the next couple seasons we get away from Stone and Parker. Just going after the political stuff. It's funny at first, but then it's just like, man, why are we? I'm watching this show to get away from all that BS, and they're bringing the BS into the show. So it's like, what's the point of even watching? There's definitely there. I know there's been up and down seasons. There's been funnier seasons than this one or that one or whatever, but South Park is another show that I do watch here and cover on the channel. So we got about another minute or so. So thank you to everyone again who joined. I appreciate it. Great conversation, great scenarios, great fantasy booking here for the WWE. I appreciate it. Edits staying here until the end. Goal is again to go live every single day in some way, shape, or form. To go live or to have a daily upload out. And we will get that here out momentarily and very shortly. But we're trying to grow and get that first level of monetization here on YouTube and then start a subscribers only feature, which we'll add and do more maybe Q&As exclusively for subscribers, those who support the channel. With all that in mind, I thank you again, everyone. Very grateful for it. By the way, when you go, can you watch my videos? Yes, I will. Yeah, I'll definitely I'll subscribe. Let me see here. I will. Yeah, absolutely. I will. I got a picture of your channel, and I'll go and check it out. I'll subscribe. I appreciate you and appreciate the support. So, with all that in mind, great episode today. Can't wait to see the analytics and look at the numbers. But with all that in mind, for Sleeper Sports Media, no dirt sheets. I'm Nick Weitoish. This is the Nick Weitoish Show, and I will catch you tomorrow. Here we go. See you, Tristan.